All right, so this is my wife's Harlandii.
Uh-huh.
It's the one that she picked out and kept claiming was hers until, but she'd never work on it. And I finally made her work on it, and that's it.
This usually is a combination, but that generally is pH.
pH.
So Epsom salts again.
Okay. So yeah,
Be careful doing this because it limits how far you can bend.
Well, I would bring it down as far as I wanted it, and then as the time goes on, if I need to like bring it down a little bit more, or bring it down to fairly close, and then just crank on it a little bit every day.
If you use like 20 copper,
mm-hmm.
you could do it and just pull at the top and tighten it that way. I only do this to really sometimes make it invisible,
mm-hmm.
but generally
the other thing, it gave me a little place to tie to right there.
Yeah, there you go. So front.
Yep.
So just don't want to see the line going all the way up.
mm-hmm.
And don't let moss get on this part of the tree.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get off. You're going to
bust off that bark. Yeah.
So you're really going to need to let things pop and condense your foliage a little bit, but you need something here, and this being dead, that being cut off, I just hope it's fine.
That one was cut off when I bought it last year.
Okay.
So I made this cut this year, and back here were the two major cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is from at least a year ago.
If this really doesn't grow out well, then you're going to need to maybe even separate the whole branch off.
Yeah.
But that, again, that stop, it's got to flow into it. You still got time to do that. What are you using for this?
It's the green top, or no, that's the white top, the little tubs.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what.
How much did you pay for that?
$14.
Uh-huh. So, go to Lowe's or Home Depot and go into sometimes it's in AC, sometimes plumbing. I've even seen an electrical. They sell a little brick of duct seal. And it's about that long, like that, about that tall. And so you could take that container, that's a nice container. You know how they do scallops out of stingray?
Yeah.
Well, you do that, fill your container back up, and that brick costs about $3. And that container, and I've done them side by side, and I can't tell any difference. Now, that brick from Japan supposedly has a fungicide in it, things like that. But I've seen it side by side. You do a clean cut with a sharp knife, and put either one of those on. You can.
Same thing. Yeah.
But that container, I love the container.
Yeah.
So it's better than a baggie. But so the same thing with the little container. Once you get a hole in it, put water in, and so every time you use it, it keeps your finger. We used to put it in our mouth, and somebody goes, "You don't know where that's been." A Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what's in it.
Yeah.
But that water will help keep it on your finger, but it's a lot cheaper. keep wanting to change the front to get through this.
Yeah.
So
maybe over here.
well,
And we could bring this out that way.
yeah, this flatness needs to be broken up.
Yeah.
So it could be that, even letting something like this come over, even this
Yeah.
come over. Start pulling. You've got basically a 180.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These boxwoods have very thin skin.
Yeah.
It's like a human being with thin skin. They don't forget anything. So they're hard to move and have it stay in place. So when you start moving, unless it's really young, you start moving like this, those wires will be on there for a long time.
Yeah.
So again, copper wire, that's a lot less obvious.
Yeah.
The roots are nice on this side, so it would be hard for me to
go away from that nabari. Yeah. Yeah, that was my thought. I mean,
every one of these roots.
Yeah.
So where did this one come from?
Plant City.
Okay. So it came from Brussels, well, I'm saying.
Okay.
And so if you this would be one that if you wanted more of these, if you like the species, either go to Brussels,
yeah,
which would be the best thing,
mm-hmm.
or they'll mail order them to you, but you're the pick of the litter thing there. But you can go there and you get fantastic ones of these.
Yeah.
How much was it?
35 for $40.
So Steve's got a thing on his timing. He's a great businessman.
Yeah.
And I mean this is a compliment, because Brussels, certain times of the year, he has for vendors and stuff 40% off.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
there goes his profit, or in the right direction. But this has got to be your front.
Yeah.
Someplace.
Yeah, so somewhere in there it has to be. Probably closer to this side so that you can bring this over, because this one's going to be a lot harder to move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is the best part of your root system. This little bend here is not as good.
Yeah, especially it just dies right there.
Mm-hmm. This oxalis, do you like it?
Not really. It just, I can't seem to get rid of it. Okay, I pick it out and a week later.
Yeah. Here's the deal with oxalis is there's a carrot down there. If you don't get that carrot, they're very tasty. Make salads out of them.
Yeah.
No. In the wintertime, the side roots aren't on there. And so they pull out a lot easier in the wintertime. So if you're you have them on there during repotting, you can almost pull them out from the bottom. They're so easy. You pull, wiggle, and go back down and get lower. This is the hardest time of year to do it. I did not get it.
Well, I have another chance.
See, it goes up under the roots.
Yeah.
So really that carrot is over. It's a diabolical thing with these guys is sometimes their carrots will be up under. This, you might want to see, exposing this is even shows you a better part of that root system.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't show off.
No.
I tried. I was looking also just, reducing this part down, removing this part, but it doesn't settle. But the tighter it is, the bigger this looks.
Yep.
Right now it's a little too spread. I would not prune it now.
Yeah. Well, it just got done. When did we do this? About a month ago.
Yeah. So it's just starting to pop.
Yep. But yeah, and I mean, when I pruned it last year, it divided fairly quickly, and so I mean, as far as it's been, I had to prune this thing 4 times last year. It just kept shooting and getting
Yeah.
out of.
See, that's that's one thing that I've learned to do with boxwoods is when they get somewhat mature, if you let them just grow all year and prune them late, like I'd prune them in November, then they just sit there and they gain sunlight and all. So when spring comes, they pop out real tight.
Yeah.
But if you prune before it pops, it's going to put on bigger leaves and it's going to pop later on. Then you're going to want to remove them again, and it just keep going.
It snowballed last year.
You start, chasing your tail.
I mean, this thing got. I mean, it was. It put on like 3 or 4 inches over the course of a month.
So the forgot where I was going with that, but yeah, it'll come to me. I'll call you tonight at 2. But gross. They also, this is what I was thinking, you got to watch these in winter.
Mm-hmm.
They're not near as hardy as a Kingsville.
Yeah.
It's from Taiwan. So.
Yeah. It did I? No, I moved this one inside. We have a unheated, our laundry room is unheated and it's got big south facing windows. So that's where that and a lot of my like seedlings and stuff live for, and all of my little Kingsville cuttings. I got a bunch of Kingsville cuttings.
I can tell you. Did anybody else get one that day? I think a little girl did.
Yeah, she might have.
She might. You took her out later on.
No, I wasn't paying attention, and you were throwing them right at me. So,
no. Well, you're fun to throw them. But again, keep the trunk clean on this. So every so often it's gonna stain. The algae's gonna grow.
Yep.
Take your toothbrush and a toothbrush, not yours, not your wife's. I get in trouble for that. But just clean this so once it gets started, it's just those fissures. It's hard to get. Okay.
All right.
And see how that pot works with the foliage.
Yeah.
Makes the trunk jump.
Yeah.
The trunk and the bark is, well, they're actually known for their flowers and fruit.
Yeah, that pot was actually sitting right next to the cash register at Plant City, and
that's diabolical.
Yeah, I said I really like this pot, and my wife said, "Oh, I like that one too." She said, "Too bad it's too small for my boxwood," and I was like, "I mean, not really. It'll fit in there."